if you're first time in Europe, I think you will be positively surprised how cheap Europe is compared to the US. You get a lot of value for your money. We have a lot of really great low-cost airlines in Europe, and they made budget travel really booming since years. Long-distance trains, we have really good long-distance trains, but the fast trains, they are often more expensive than the low-cost airlines. If you take slow trains, you can find great deals and meet great people, by the way, better in a train than sitting in a plane, and watch the beautiful landscape passing by the window. And what is even a great way to travel across Europe is long distance coaches. That's very popular since last 5 years, especially most popular is Flixbus. And here you can find, for example, deals like from Berlin to Paris, what is an 8 hours ride for 30 euros. So really, really low cost. I would say so. The major trend is really low cost airlines, like the biggest Ryanair, EasyJet, and the long distance coaches. Another emerging trend is to visit secondary cities. That's something like, I would say, Thessaloniki instead of Athens, or Rotterdam versus Amsterdam. They are just as full of culture and typical of the country, with same cuisine, etc., but less crowded, much cheaper or affordable. And another really more European trend is sustainability and community. So travelers in Europe are seeking not just cheap stays, but meaningful experiences. So favoring accommodation, Paris, eco initiatives, and local impact. Travelers care more about their footprint and their impact on the local economy. They love, for example, to support really local food suppliers or local gift shops. They love to mitigate their carbon footprint. What we see since some years, the flight shame is over. That people love to fly again. But lower the impact and feel good by spending the money responsible and for local or more green stuff. This is super trend.
So I would love to pivot a little bit to talk about the nitty-gritty of packing, because I know if you are staying at a hybrid hostel hotel, sometimes there's things that you should pack with you to kind of keep yourself prepared. I know I've been to hostels and I forgot my converter. So, US, when you go to Europe, you have a converter to our plugs are different. So something like that, I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot it. But luckily it was already there. I went to the store in the hostel and it was all fine. But any tips like that, like when we're considering packing to Europe or packing to stay at a hostel in Europe, like what should we be thinking about?
If you intend to use dormitories, so there's multi-bedded rooms, then definitely you need a padlock for your locker. You will find a locker in any dormitory room, and for this you need your padlock. If you don't have one, you can rent or borrow one for sure. But if you have one, that's great. Same with a towel. You can rent a towel, of course, but if you have your own towel with you, it saves maybe money, because some charge for the towels extra. A portable charger with a converter, ideally, a sleep mask, earplugs. That for shared rooms, if you have a sensitive sleep, that could be very, very helpful. What I also would suggest to bring with you is a reusable water bottle and tote for the sustainability. In most European countries, you can drink the water on tap. So that means you can really fill your water bottle in every room or every tap you find. Maybe not in the Mediterranean, so that means not in Spain, Portugal, Greece, but everywhere you find this public drinking fountains. And that's even, for example, in Rome, I love it to walk through Rome and fill my bottle on a 2,000 years old fountain, where you know that maybe Caesar or Spartacus already used it. So that's fantastic, really.
Oh, how special, how important. And it's so different from the US. So I think everything you mentioned here is just a great kind of checklist for us to kind of keep that in mind when we are visiting Europe. So, Oliver, to wrap us up, you've hosted millions of travelers. What's one timeless piece of advice that you would share with someone who is planning a European trip, whether it's their first one or it's their 20th because they love coming to Europe so much? Any timeless piece of advice?
Europe is really so various, so full of culture and history, so many countries, so many stories to tell about. I think the best advice is really don't try to see it all. stay a little bit longer, dive in deeper wherever it's possible. Yeah. And yeah, when you found a wonderful city, a wonderful beach, a nice mountain, a nice valley, whatever. Yeah. Go with the locals. Yeah. That's what I'm meaning. Yeah. Try to see where the locals find the nicest markets, for example. Yeah. Where they eat. Yeah. To find the best bars and restaurants. Listen to other travelers. I think that's everywhere very important. Yeah, the best ideas, the best direct feedback, the most actual feedback you get from the travelers staying in the same place like you. Yeah, ask them where did you be in the last days, and what would you recommend to me, and what even you would never recommend to me. What is waste of my time? Yeah, it's also important to know. Yeah, and maybe it's really small advice, but important because we see that guests, international guests, are always surprised to see it. In Europe, you always need a little bit of cash as well. Yeah, so despite maybe from the Scandinavians, so from our Nordic countries and from UK, what is a bit more advanced here. But if you go in a bakery somewhere in Barcelona, yeah, or in a nice restaurant in Brussels, you will maybe need cash and can't pay by card. Yeah, I think that's really important advice, that you are prepared that maybe someone is not accepting your card and they're waiting that you pay cash.
Oh my goodness. You gave us like a whole page of notes and ideas. And thank you so much, Oliver.
Happy to do this. Thanks for having me here.